When you do something long enough, repetition stops feeling like progress. You hit that phase where every task feels the same. Same screen, same project, same day on repeat. And that's when most people start to lose motivation. But I've learned that repetition isn't the enemy of progress. It's the proof of it. Because every time you repeat, you redefine. And over time, the refinement turns into mastery. So in this video, I want to share how I stayed motivated when work gets repetitive and how I use those slow, ordinary days to actually move faster in the long run. So let's talk about repetition. Repetition equals rhythm, not failure. So when you repeat a task over and over again, it keeps the momentum alive. When you're first starting out on that repetition journey, you're first trying to build that new habit or that daily routine or exercise, you start off with no momentum and it's really difficult to get the ball rolling. But once you have that ball rolling, once you've done it for a few days, after a few days, it's easier to do it for a few weeks. After you've done it for a few weeks, it's easier to do it for a few months. And that momentum, every single day that you keep that momentum up, that momentum will build and it'll push you and it'll make it so much easier. Every single day gets easier after that first momentum, that first day you start your routine or habit. And consistency is really the key when it comes to repetition. So repetition, consistency, and momentum, they all live together. And if you can get all those right, you can effortlessly achieve your dream habits and your dream goals. Number 2 is to switch focus from output to quality. So you want to, instead of asking yourself what you finished today, you want to ask yourself, did I do better than yesterday? And if you focus on those micro, tiny improvements, you focus on what you have done well so far and how much better you're doing than yesterday. Those tiny, small improvements will keep your brain engaged. So you really want to focus on those micro improvements. And you want to keep your attention in the details. When you think about web design and you're making small tweaks to the design, you're making small tweaks to your writing or your workout plans, those tiny details add up, and each new detail is a win. You should celebrate those micro improvements in your plan. You should include improvements in your plan to the celebration along with achieving those plans. And doing that will keep your brain engaged for longer and give you that extra hit of motivation. Once you've written down your plans in words, that's one step closer to your goal, and that should be celebrated. You want to find your flow and familiarity. So there's peace in knowing the process. Once you know what you're doing and you've done it, you've got your repetition in, you've got momentum behind you, you can use that momentum and the knowledge that you've gained from practicing that into your future practice and into your mastery. So once you've had enough repetition in one particular task, for some sort of habit or skill, you can have that action be in the back of your mind, in your subconscious mind, where you don't have to think about it anymore. And once you don't have to think about it, you can move on to the next thing. And that's how you build those bricks to ultimately to get you to mastery in whatever skill or habit you're trying to build. And then the last key part of this is to anchor your repetition and anchor the actions that you're building towards back to your purpose. You want to know why you're going after these goals. You want to keep that in the back of your mind every single morning, every single day that you're doing these tasks. You got to know why you're doing it and why it matters. So find your why, write it down, and continue moving forward. And once you've achieved all these other steps, you can actually rest without guilt. So a lot of people will feel guilty for resting because they haven't completed their tasks of the day. But once you have that repetition behind you, once you have those micro wins, you have those, I made plans today and I took one step forward today, I did one thing better than I did yesterday, you can rest without guilt. You say, hey, I did really good today and I can rest completely and be ready for what I'm going to tackle tomorrow. And that's where it all comes back to. So motivation isn't about excitement, it's about rhythm, and rhythm is built through repetition. Some days you'll feel inspired, other days you'll just show up. But those ordinary days, the ones that don't feel special, are the ones that quietly build everything you're chasing. So keep it up.